Now to Williamson County, where prosecutors are picking apart the investigation that led to the conviction of Greg Kelley on child sexual assault charges.
That conviction now in question as prosecutors consider another suspect, Jonathan McCarty. KVUE's Tony Plohetsky is live outside the courthouse. And Tony, prosecutors had a lot of questions today for the Cedar Park police detective who initially investigated this case.
Well, Mike and Quita, that's exactly right. That investigator now oversees all major crimes for the Cedar Park Police Department. His name is Chris Daly, and he has been one of the most controversial figures in this case all along. Today, he stood by his work, his investigation, and says he got the right guy. Under questioning from prosecutors, Daly says he focused on Greg Kelley because Kelley was identified by a 4-year-old boy as the perpetrator. Daly says he built the investigation around that outcry and his own feeling that Greg Kelley was guilty. But Daly did say he did not do several things that prosecutors hinted through their questioning that he should have done. Those things include not going to the house where the child said the crime happened, not seizing evidence that the boy says was used in the crime, and not trying to identify all of the other adults in the house and whether someone else may have committed the crime.
Going back to the original purpose of an investigation, a criminal investigation, which is to seek truth, don't you think it's a little contradictory on your part to do that?
So there was no other victims and no other suspects. So there was no other people to look into?
There was no other suspects?
No, sir.
Okay. How do you know there was no other suspects?
Because they named Greg Kelley as a suspect.
Now, Detective Daly acknowledged on the stand today that the child did get several facts wrong in this case, but he says he is still confident that the child knew who assaulted him. Now, Daly's work has also been a source of testimony, was also a source of testimony in the original trial. Cedar Park Police Chief Sean Mannix has stood by the work of Detective Daly and his entire department in this case. Now, there were a lot of Greg Kelley supporters here today, dozens in fact, from friends and family to his mother. Chris Betts caught up with a number of them, and she is also here in Georgetown tonight with what they had to say. Chris?
Well, Tony, as you mentioned, there were just so many people here to support Greg Kelley that people had to sit outside of the courtroom because there simply weren't enough seats inside. In fact, they had to wait until a break to learn what was going on inside the courtroom during the hearing. Now, so many of these people were here during the first trial, and even though that happened years ago, they told me it is just as important, if not more important, that they were here for Greg Kelley this week. Kelley's longtime girlfriend is flying in from California tonight. She will be here for day 2 of this hearing, but her mom is here now, and they have stood by Kelley's side, maintaining his innocence since day 1.
No, it was like this 3.5 years ago. I mean, we're not surprised. I mean, I just think this whole community is ready for change. They're ready for everything just to be cleaned up and start fresh and fix this.
Greg Kelley's brother testified today, and he told me that they are confident that this hearing will go in Kelley's favor. And you can expect an even bigger showing of support here tomorrow. In fact, many people I spoke to tell me that they plan on getting here at 7:30 a.m. before the trial or the hearing starts at 9 a.m. just so they are guaranteed a seat. Reporting live from the Williamson County Courthouse, Chris Betts, KVUE News.
And we will continue to bring you live coverage of the Kelley case over the next 2 days. Tony will be in the courtroom tweeting. You can also follow our coverage on KVUE.com and our mobile app.